Welcome to another tutorial on Microsoft Excel. Today we are going to focus on hyperlink in Excel. Okay, so how to create hyperlink in Excel and the most common type of hyperlink we have. First, creating hyperlink in Excel can be incredibly useful for navigating to web page, other files, or different locations within your workbook. So here we are going to talk about the most common type of hyperlink you can create in Excel. Okay, right now I have what we call external websites. So in this, what it means is that you can create an hyperlink to your URL, okay? So which means your website link. So first we need to click on the cell, which is very important. So after clicking on the cell, you go to Insert from your menu bar, okay, and you click on Link. When you click on Link, it launches you to this dialog box. In this dialog box, we have what we call existing file or web page. So here you can insert your URL or you can create from an existing file. We have what we call place in these documents. So here you can create within your workbook. Okay, and we have create new and email. So first we are going to focus into the first one, which is existing file or web page. So now I'm creating an external website, meaning that I'm creating a hyperlink for my URL. So at this point we have up to 3 boxes. We have the current folder, we have the browse folder, and we have the recent file. But now we are going to focus on the address, which is the URL. Okay, so now I'm going to put my URL link into it, okay, which is www.timelinesuite.info. Okay, so that's it. And one thing you need to remember is that every hyperlink includes a text that appears in the cell. Okay, you can modify this text to your preference by entering your title at the box. So this is where we call text to display. So this text to display is the hyperlink text that appears in the cell. So this gives a direction title, so you can click on it. So I'm going to tag it URL link. So now that this is done, the next thing is to click on OK. Now you can see it's already here. So when you click on this, it launches you to my web page. Now let's talk about the second one, hyperlink to another file. We are still going to pass through the same process. First, you have to click on your cell, okay, which is B3. You have to go to Insert, and the next thing you click on Link. Okay, now we are going to use what we call existing file or web page. Now, at this point in time, we have to click either current file or we have to browse it, okay? But I'm going to click on current file because I have the files in this my Excel folder, okay? So I'm going to click on, okay, let me click on this, formula start, okay? So this is the file I want to create an hyperlink for. Okay, so I'll move to my text to display, so I can give it a title like formula sheet. So I click on my OK. So that is it. So now to access it, I can just click on this. So by clicking on it, it takes me straight to the page. So this is it. Okay, so this is how it works. So by creating that hyperlink into my text, now clicking on it, it launched me to that particular project, to the workbook or the spreadsheet where that file is. Now the third one is called hyperlink to workbook. So what this does is that it means I can create an hyperlink to any sheet I have in my workbook. Remember, I have a sheet here called Order Table, right? You can see this is Order Table, and the main sheet I'm using is called Sheet 1. So I can create an hyperlink that can link straight to that sheet, okay? So click on your B4 and the same process, like I said, go to Insert, then move to what we call Link. So at this point, we are going to use what we call Place in this document, okay? Place in this document. We are not using existing file or web page. we are going to use place in this document, and I have to click on which of these sheets. So I have other table. Remember, I showed you that I have other table sheets in this workbook. So now the next thing is to give it a title. Like I said, every hyperlink includes a text that appears in the cell. So you can modify this text to your preference by entering a title into the box. So I'm going to call this order table. So that's it. Then you click on OK. Now you can see. So when you click on this, it launches you to the second sheet. Okay, so these are the most commonly hyperlink type that we use. So it works perfectly. And remember, I said the first one is called external website. What this does is that this type of hyperlink is used to link a web page. When you check the hyperlinked text, okay, it will open the specified web page in your default web browser. So that is what this does. And the second one I talked about is called hyperlink to another file. Okay, so this type of hyperlink link to another file on your computer or network. Okay, clicking the hyperlink text will open the specified file using the appropriate application. And lastly, I talked about the hyperlink to workbook. So this type of hyperlink is useful for navigating within the same workbook, okay? Because this is a workbook and I have a sheet called order table and I have the main sheet called sheet 1, okay? So this type of hyperlink is useful for navigating within the same workbook. It allows you to jump to different sheets or specify cell within your Excel file, making it easy to navigate large workbook. So these are the most used hyperlink and how to create them. Thank you. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more videos. Thank you.